Hello, this is the 56th lecture of the Semantic SEO course. In this lecture, we will try to understand how we use actually our anchor text here too. As you see, the first anchor text that we are using one more time, it is the root of the semantic content network. And one more time, to be able to link to the benefits of drinking water directly, we use the same phrase in this area. The same phrase also will be appearing directly inside the title of the next article as well. And to be able to directly link to the benefits section, I won't need an antonym structure or connection. I will need a supporting structure in this area. That's why, while also explaining the risks and the disadvantages, at some point I will need to give also the reasons, not just for the risks, but also some possible benefits. And that's why, to be able to link to the benefits section, as you see in this area, we talk about a few possible benefits of cold water, like better metabolism rate, which will be connected to the weight loss. That's why just after that we ask a specific weight loss question, and that's why it is an H3. If you are able to actually use the phrases that will be appearing in the next heading, also inside your previous headings, paragraphs or subordinate text actually in my terminology, but I am trying to keep things simple. If you are able to use it, you will be able to actually justify the contextual flow. Things won't be discordant to each other. According to the phrase-based indexing, which is an old method, but according to the sequence modeling or the context-sensitive question answering, the contextual flow should be happening with the anchor segments, which means that common phrases and the common themes and the context between subsections, they will be helping us to connect all these things to each other. Between the sentences, it is called discourse integration. But if we leave NLP to another side, basically trying to create a reasonable connection for being able to ask the next question after this one. And that's why we follow this specific heading hierarchy here. After the Boolean question, we ask one more, and then we connect everything to the blood pressure. And if you look at here too, blood pressure will be related to the metabolism rate one more time. Here you see these red colors. This is actually a kind of lean management method, which means that these specific content briefs are not created, which means that it's not certain that we will stay on this anchor text, or it will require us to change these things a little bit further. That's why they are red. If it is not red, it means that it is already processed at somewhere. And then, while we are actually talking about should pets drink cold water or who should drink cold water, etc., you should get one more thing. Here we don't directly ask should pets drink cold water. First, we directly go to the who should drink, and this question is for the human context. But it's not certain whether it is human context or not. Then we expand it further to the pets to connect things to the dogs and the cats. Then we ask this specific question, and since it is appearing inside the queries, directly we ask it in the heading, directly we use it in the anchor text as well. And we also explain this in the context of amount of cold water, which is connected to here one more time. Hydration or dehydration or the health effects, they are used here too. So in the previous lectures, we mentioned as you remember, the range factors or the ranges. I believe it was inside one of these, of course, here. So in this part, as you remember, we talk about the factors or the ranges. So basically, we will need to give the criteria or the criterion that creates this specific optimum percentage and what the optimum percentage range is. It is important to use the numeric values carefully, as I said before too, from 7 to the 71 to the 69. The relevance or also the accuracy will be changing. There is something that is called truth ranges. If I tell 60% is the best percentage there, even if it is true, if consensus is not that, it will be an issue for ranking. As I said before, try to be similar to the consensus or the consensus creator sources, at least at the beginning, until you be in the topical authority state. And if we come back to the specific content brief, which is the cold water related one, and I hope I can find it before 20 seconds pass. Maybe you already have seen it. If we come here too, we ask which one is best for the body, cold or water or the warm water. When we ask this question, since we will have different types of criteria, it is also related one more time to the who question. For certain type of people and certain types of conditions and combinations of different factors, the cold water will be better, sometimes the warm water will be better, or sometimes none of them will be better. This is also relevant to the relativity in our answers based on different types of criteria, which will be creating different types of ranges. The first answer that you should be giving such a questions should include a kind of comparison between these two in the context of health. One more time, risks and the benefits. And one more time, we are using benefits here because to be able to rank this area, as I say, the most used words in your titles, they will be actually creating a site-wide topicality signal for our website. And here too, after the comparison, we go to the differences, then the similarities, then we give the effects for both of them, then we connect things back to the actual who section one more time. And when we look at our macro and the micro context in this area, you will realize that it actually starts from directly this part too. Here, these two H2s, these are variations of especially this question in this part. Then we go to the benefits, which is in this area. Once it ends, we ask a bridge question, then we connect everything to somewhere else. The reason that this is also an H2 is that it appears a lot in the queries, and we want to, and we need to give more weight to this section as well. So all this configuration will need to be happening while you are thinking the search engine and also communicating with the search engine. After a while, or in my situation, years, it happens with reflexes. Thank you.